Fair or foul? I haven't done this segment in a while. Bruce will orchestrate, and he says hello. Go ahead, Mr. Shine. Let me hear.
All right, Christopher, first off, fair or foul, the Dodgers had a better offseason than the Padres.
Wow. I can't say that's fair yet because I'm not sure where Justin Turner is going to end up. So based on his availability right now, and the Padres didn't lose anybody of note, Bauer helps, I get that, but if they lose Turner, that's a little bit of a wash. So I would say San Diego, with more room for improvement as well, they needed more parts. Pitching-wise, they bring 2 pitchers in compared to just the 1. So I will say San Diego, foul for the Dodgers. Padres have had a better offseason. Number 1.
All right, speaking of the reigning Cy Young Award winner in the National League, Chris, Trevor Bauer, fair or foul, the Mets will not regret signing Trevor Bauer.
That's a tough question because they could face him in the postseason, and that would hurt them, the 1 game. But I'll say that's fair. For the money that they would have paid him, for a guy who's got a 3.90 ERA in his life. Now, I understand, maybe prime of his, I get it. But right now, that is the back of the baseball card. I will say, and who knows on how he would have handled the Twitter world in New York and social media and all that nonsense. I would say the Mets are better off without him at the moment. Now, again, October 8th, 2 games apiece, and Bauer is pitching Game 5. I might change, and he's coming off a big year and a good season performance earlier in the series. But I'll say right now the Mets are better off. So there you go, number 2.
All right, Chris, fair or foul, Francisco Lindor's pending contract extension will exceed that of Mookie Betts.
I think that's foul. I think you got to look at the period here. I think you have to look at the pandemic. Whenever Betts signed that. Well, he signed it during the pandemic, I understand. But he's more power. I don't think Lindor is going to get that. I think he's going to make plenty. I mean, I don't think we're going to have to do a GoFund thing for him. But I don't think that you are looking at more than $300 million for looking at, my goodness, $300 million. I don't think you're going to get to that. Whatever Betts is that, what, 360? Is that what the number is? Right around there.
12 years for.
I think.
Yeah, 12 years for. 12 years, 365 for Betts.
Okay, I don't think he'll get to 365. I think that'd be less than that. So Lindor won't crack that number. So that, to me, would be foul.
Trevor Story should be traded by the Rockies now. Fair or foul?
It's a good question. Boy, oh boy. I'm going to have to say that's foul because I don't think that market could withstand losing these 2 great players, at least we think they are, Arenado and now Story, in basically back-to-back weeks. I don't know if they could sustain that. I think they're all upset, the fan base at ownership and the GM, based on what they got and trading Arenado. And they're blaming the GM for having bad relations with Arenado. I think it's the fact that they let LeMahieu go that annoyed Arenado. I think that's got more to do with it than anything. But I think that if you tell that fan base, by the way, you thought Arenado was bad, we're going to get rid of Story too. I think that might be too much for them to overcome as far as the local market is concerned. So I will say that's foul. They almost, from a PR standpoint, have to keep Story on a team for a while and see what develops as far as the year goes. Maybe try to sign him, maybe next year. But I think they need him on the ball club in 2021.
Fair or foul, Chris, the Angels are currently a top 2 team in the AL West.
I don't think that's saying much because I don't think that's a good division, and all these teams are very vulnerable. I mean, you can't take Seattle, you can't take Texas. Oakland's lost everybody, and Houston is, probably one of the top 2 teams, so who the other one is. I don't think the Angels are, really much more than an 84, 85 win team at the most right now, but because the other teams in the division are bad, I'd have to say that's fair. They probably, in some combination, are in the top 2 in that division. So I'd agree with that. Fair.
All right. Fair or foul, Chris, the Yankees should re-sign James Paxton.
Foul. Been down that road. He's always hurt. They got a bunch of pitchers. They keep their fingers crossed. The Klubers, kid from Pittsburgh, Clark Schmidt, some of the young Montgomery, Cole, top of the rotation. Been there, done that. Paxton makes 20 starts a year. He's always hurt. So I would say no way to that. Let him go somewhere else. Foul.
Yeah, he's always hurt. He fit in right very well with everybody else on the Yankee staff right now. All right, Chris, last but not least here. Fair or foul? Championships aside, Ted Williams is the greatest Boston area sports star ever.
Bird, you going to put him over Brady? Bird or Russell Brady? He's the most dynamic. He represents 20-something years. He's the best hitter, outside of Ruth. He's the best hitter. He's the best hitter ever. Williams is tunnel. He is Boston. It's baseball back in that period. I don't know, though. Right now, you might have to take Brady over him. 6 Super Bowls. The market. Did you see the market audience for Boston in the Super Bowl? 57.9 was the rating. The only one bigger was Kansas City, crying out loud. So I would say Brady right now is on that level more than Williams. And I think you can actually put Brady on the Mount Rushmore of all-time athletes. Ruth, Brady, Gretzky. I'm putting all the majors, the 4 majors. Ruth, Brady, Gretzky, and Jordan. Those are the 4. I'm not putting Tiger or Nicklaus. I'm not putting a tennis player there. I'm going to use all the sports. I'm going to use the 4 majors, the team sports. Those are the 4. Brady's got the 7. Ruth is Ruth. He saved his sport. Jordan is Jordan. We all know how great. I'm not putting LeBron there. I'm not putting Ted Williams there. So if I put Brady on the Mount Rushmore nationally, I got to put Brady on the Mount Rushmore in Boston. So Brady is number 1, not Williams. How's that?